And there we go. We dinged. That means
Hey,
the timer is done.
there's a little yellow thing in the corner.
Live?
Yeah, up
You.
there.
You, sir, you must live.
No, over there. Somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Hmm.
Because, my image is flipped backwards and I'm all confused.
No, you had it right.
I looked both directions. How can both be right?
Oh, I saw the so's mine up over here.
Hang on. All I see is myself on there. Yeah, but farther over. So I guess mine would be there.
No, too far. Come back.
Because, see, for me, it's over here.
Exactly. I can point to it. It's right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I hear our one listener rolling his eyes at us now.
Yeah. Why do they do this? Hey, let's record a podcast. I'm gonna hit record. You are kicking it off.
Is it record or record?
Depends. Is it
Okay.
flat and have grooves in it?
No.
Then it's record.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, you gotta love that music. That means it's time. It is time. Welcome to Caching in the Northwest, the only podcast dedicated to geocaching in the Great Pacific Northwest. We're going to talk about caches and caches unique to this little corner of the country, so break out the shorts and the pasty white legs. It's time to go caching in the Northwest.
You know, pasty white does describe me really well.
Well,
But we've had some really good weather. And in fact, just before the show started, we're going to have to cut this one short because a geocache posted it. It seems to be geocache season.
yeah, they're doing
They're
well.
popping up all over. So we'll cut this show short so I can get. No, we won't. I will be faithful to our one viewer and keep this as a normal episode of Caching in the Northwest. I'll forego an FTF for our one viewer.
What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah.
But it has been really good weather. It's been warm. It's been time for the pasty white legs. It's been time for my wife's awesome iced tea. So,
Ooh.
yeah. She does make some good iced tea.
I've never had your wife's iced tea.
Well, you'll have to come over sometime.
Hold on. Let me lubricate my mouth.
Yeah. It's overrated.
The mouth parts aren't working well.
Yeah. So we've had good weather, good tea, and I believe you have some good news.
That's a good guess.
Hey.
Yes, I do.
Wrong. Oh, good.
Caching in the Northwest is going to be at the 2014 Geocaching Block Party. If
Awesome.
you want to know about the event, you go to GC4CPG0.
Easy for you to say.
No, not really.
Okay.
Or Google 2014 Geocaching Block Party.
Yeah, that's probably easier.
We're going to have a booth at the event like we've had for the last 4 years.
Awesome.
So,
I don't remember it, but okay.
You've been there a few times. Yeah. It's always fun for us to meet our single listener in person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, they're doing things a little differently this year, and I want to go over the itinerary of the block party. I realize it's still a little time away, but we need to start thinking about this.
Yeah.
Now, the main event is on Saturday, but there's a celebration that takes place all weekend. Not to mention, there's some, if you have any downtime, you can find some of Seattle's amazing geocaches. The whole week starts on Wednesday. Okay, it starts on Sunday on the calendar, but the geocaching week starts on Wednesday. At 10 a.m. on Wednesday, the Seattle Adventure begins. Also, the Quirky Seattle Tour begins. And if
that sounds more my speed.
Yeah, exactly. If you've been to Fremont, you know that's a pretty quirky area.
It is quirky, very quirky there, yeah.
Now, another thing that may be right up to your speed, Thursday, is the Brewery Adventure. That begins.
Oh, that sounds like it'd have a good head on it there.
Yeah, and that adventure goes on for several days. So I'm not sure what that means. Bar hopping, I don't know what it involves.
Yeah, I don't know.
On Thursday, the 14th, from 7 to 9 p.m., they're going to have a Welcome to Seattle event with the HQ Keg Squad.
Wow.
So
I don't know what that's all about, but I'm interested.
Well, just head on over to GC50GPE.
Okay.
Yeah. GPE. Getting pretty eventful.
Okay.
Yeah, how's that? I'm not as good
Very
as
good.
you. Okay.
Go poach eggs.
Oh, go poach eggs. There you go.
Oh, what about Friday? What happens on Friday?
Well, on Friday, from 8 p.m. till 10 p.m., so in the dark hours on Friday, they're going to have the second GIF. And we're not talking a file format. Yeah, it's dusk, actually.
In summertime up here, at 8 to 10 p.m. is more dusk. But
That's
anyway.
true. This is the Geocaching International Film Festival. They're moving it to its own day.
Okay.
So they can give it the notoriety it deserves. So that was fun.
Is that at Fremont's outdoor movie theater there?
Well, I don't know. Last year they did it, kind of in the back parking lot there. There's a park with a grass area. They had a big inflatable screen.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
They went. So I don't know what they're planning on doing this year.
Do we know what movie they're planning on showing?
Geocaching movies made by geocachers for geocachers about
there you go.
Geocaching.
All right.
The International Film Festival's, a short film festival, but short geocaching films. They're kind of fun. Saturday, that's the big event. You got the official block party. Starts at 11, goes to 5. At 11:05, they're going to have the photo. Kind of interesting. Early. Have the photo at the beginning, not the end.
Yeah.
But people come, they disperse to go geocaching, and that's the way these events work. So that actually makes a lot of sense. They're going to have the block party adventure and the kids fun adventure. So I believe these are going to be, go to this spot, get, either geocaches or pieces of a puzzle, different things that they've done in the past.
Always a fun event. They always put it on really well.
It is. So Sunday, after, you've had the big day at the block party, what do you do? You go.
Well, you go ape.
Exactly.
What else would you do?
That is put on by the Washington State Geocaching Association. The GC code for that, if you wanted more information, is GC4MHAQ.
Okay.
So,
and when else do you get to see an ape at a sandwich board that you can sign?
Yeah, that's odd. I personally don't sign a lot of apes.
It's the only ape I've ever signed.
Yeah.
It's the only place I've ever signed an ape.
There you go.
And I believe our northern friend Land Monkey will be crossing the border to join in the festivities, live and in person. Hey.
There you go. We may have to do some interviews and I don't want to say podcast, but audio. We'll do some audio from the events. It's always a lot of fun.
Archive some footage that we can roll into future podcasts and that kind of thing. It'd be great.
There you go.
Last year we hung out with a geocaching vlogger, and that was a lot of fun. So it's always good to see other people up there.
It is, and it's a mega event. You get people from all over the world. I mean, often we see Germans and Canadians.
Well, every third German is a geocacher.
That's true.
And I think every third geocacher is German. Maybe that's the G things. I don't know, but something about Germany and geocaching, they go hand in hand.
If I'm not mistaken, Germany has surpassed the U.S. in the number of caches and the number of cachers.
That wouldn't surprise me.
So
I know it's extremely popular over there.
Yeah.
You know what? We need to do an episode over there.
There you go. How do we do that? We have to be in the northwest of Germany.
Okay, I'm up for that.
Okay, that's
maybe
the
there's
area,
a
isn't it?
German listener out there that would like to invite us to come over and hang with them. Give us a call.
Go. You just
253-693-TFTC.
Oh,
that
was good.
I didn't ever make it to Australia, but I might make it to Germany. Who knows? Because they do things different over there too.
Yes,
they even talk differently.
They have like a different word for everything.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Germany is my heritage. It's your heritage as well.
Mine too, yes. My father was born there, and I've never been there.
I had a great grandfather born there.
Awesome.
So That's a couple generations back. I can go farther back, and I have a Swiss German relative who got a land grant from William Penn in Pennsylvania.
Well, there you go.
So, but
I can go way back to this guy that built a boat with his sons and brought a bunch of animals on board too. But let's come back to modern day and just talk about what's happening today in geocaching.
Well, actually, today in history. Well,
Yes.
it's just today.
Okay.
Beginning May 15th, which is the day of the recording. Now, it might not be the day you're listening to it, so I'll throw out May 15th.
It's the Ides of May.
Oh, I don't think that's a thing.
Okay.
Anyway, wireless carriers in the U.S. Have uniformly and voluntarily supported text to 911. It's a program that lets you send a text message to emergency services as an alternative to placing a phone call. Well, carriers are working to climb on board, and the areas that are supported by this are very select at this point. Washington State isn't even in the selection. I'll let you know. So don't text them. You're going to get a text message back saying this don't work yet.
I think they'd use better grammar than that.
In no worky.
Yeah. Okay.
So it just means they're making the service available. The availability to text police in an emergency situation won't work everywhere in the country. And there's some important things to know about texting 911. Text 911 is a free program for sending text messages addressed to 911 instead of placing a phone call. To use it, you address the message, enter in the emergency in the body. Make sure that you also include your exact location, or else emergency services won't be able to dispatch help your way.
That'd be helpful.
So I think this could kind of be nice because there's programs you have on your phone that you can copy your exact GPS locations and paste that into a text. So that might be interesting.
In the Android Hangouts app, you can share your location right from the message composition window.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah.
See, Android thing. It's kind of nice. Since it's all SMS based, you'll hear a response for more follow-up questions, and it'll let you know if help is on the way.
Nice.
If your local 911 call center doesn't yet have the tools for text reporting, you'll receive a bounce back text to let you know it didn't go through.
That's good, because I'd hate to text and then wonder if they're showing up.
Yeah, it's like texting that girlfriend, hey, you doing anything tonight? And you don't hear back, and you think, okay, well, that's it. We're done. We're just to find out, her phone's dead. I've never done that. I've heard about this. I've seen movies. That's all I'm saying. For the moment, text to 911 accepts only words, though telecommunication agencies are working towards what they call the next generation 911, sometimes called NG 911. This is all new to me.
How creative.
The goal is to modernize the equipment for emergency call centers, starting with photo messages and eventually including video messages. But that's likely several years away. That'd be kind of cool, hey, here's a picture of a person who got hit by a car. You might want to, see it's a real thing. Go check it out. I don't know. I'm not sure how helpful it could be, but I can imagine there are times that texting 911 would be useful. Not when you're driving. Well, no. But how about if the car had a Bluetooth connection with your phone, so as soon as that airbag went off, it texted 911 for you?
Now, see, there could be gadgets, gizmos, apps, and other things like that could integrate with text to 911. That could be something.
Yeah.
Maybe the whole OnStar thing could be outdated.
Oh, there you go. So I can't imagine how limiting this is going to be for the 911 operator. I mean, there's so much they can tell by talking to you on the phone, like whether you're male or female. They can hear the urgency in your voice. They can hear background sounds. They can hear what's going on around you.
Yeah.
And, all these other things that is completely lost in a text when you say, help.
Yeah.
What are they supposed to get from that? Help. Can you be a little more descriptive?
Professor Backwards died in his home this week. Neighbors ignored his pleas of pleh. Yeah, never mind.
Really? That's what you went for?
Yeah. Well, and with 911 voice, you can not even be able to speak, dial the number, knock the phone off.
Yeah.
And they can, like you said, background noises. Children have been there've been stories of children calling 911 and really operators being able to help them. And obviously, text to 911 is not going to replace voice 911 calling. That would really be silly. But it is nice to move on and add some new features, and who knows what things will go. I still know people that don't get they say the whole texting thing. Why would anybody text anything? Just pick up the phone and call somebody, and I just tell them, how many times have you messaged me during a staff meeting?
Exactly. Hey, I'm not going to answer this call during a staff meeting. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Are you talking about how many times I've texted you during a staff meeting?
I was not referring to you.
Okay, good. I mean, we're just trying to get that out in the open.
No, because you are a texter. I'm talking about the people that, quote unquote, don't get texting.
Well, let's go through a little more counseling here. How do you feel about that?
And it's amazing the people that don't get texting, that once they get a phone that does picture and text messaging, they all of a sudden get it.
Yeah. It's like, will you stop? I don't want to see your food.
Oh, yes. Over food shares. Gotta love them. Well, as long as we're talking about text and communications and latest and greatest technology stuff, how about Alianza? Doesn't that sound like a nice one? It sounds like a pasta, actually. Maybe I'm just hungry. Yes, I'll have the Alianza with Alfredo sauce, please.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Yeah. Forget that. This is not food. This is a tech story. Alianza is there's a story about the Alianza DXB. That's docking cross breed. Apparently, cross is spelled with an X when you abbreviate it.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it's the first of its kind. It's developed and patented by Bricom Solutions LLC. This is the world's first portable docking device. Okay, we've had this before, but this is the first one that turns your iPhone or Android smartphone and tablets into a fully functional two-way radio and radio over IP gateway. It uses
kind of interesting.
It's very cool. It uses built-in multi-brand RF components, a secondary battery, so you're not going to suck your main battery dry so fast, and your smartphone's voice and data features. All that combined to make the Alianza DXB the ultimate accessory for the two-way radio industry. With Dodge bearings and... No, never mind. Unlike some smartphone apps that push to talk, this device allows a smartphone, because the smartphone apps would be like smartphone to smartphone, like texting or phone calls. These allow a smartphone to communicate with a regular two-way radio, a walkie-talkie. I know a lot of big companies. The place that we work, in fact, has walkie-talkies that a lot of the maintenance guys carry around. And so the combination of a real portable two-way radio and a smartphone, it gives personnel, like public safety officers, for an example, maintenance workers, complete access to all means of communication. Public safety personnel, they're very familiar with two-way radios, and so they're used to that's their first go-to. How many times you see the guy with a microphone clipped to their shoulder? Mm-hmm. Combine that with the accessibility of their smartphones, internet, video camera applications. I mean, it really opens up a lot of possibilities. I'm sure some features haven't even been thought of yet. So, and radio over IP gateway. Now you don't even have to be in radio range of this. You can use IP gateways. You can literally communicate with another two-way radio anywhere in the world.
Isn't that amazing?
It's fantastic. It's just fascinating and fantastic. AlianzaHD.com has all the details, and it'll be in the show notes.
Of course it will be.
Before you get too excited, the actual units haven't been released just yet. But they are in production. It's not like this is just some pie-in-the-sky idea.
It's not a Kickstarter campaign.
Not a Kickstarter campaign. They actually are in production. They just haven't been released to the general public yet. But, we like to talk about stuff that's coming because it's just flat exciting.
Yeah. So this is more than just your standard FRS radio. This will take an iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry and turn it into a full-fledged walkie-talkie. You've seen them in large warehouses and, of course, the emergency services. So,
right.
So imagine something like this at a mega event. Or maybe...
There you go.
your next multi-car cache run.
Wow.
Yeah. So that could really be cool.
Have we ever done a multi-car cache run?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Not, one person with multiple cars, but multiple carloads of people.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking like leapfrogging a car. I'll drive a block, come back, and take the other car. No, we're not talking that.
No, and driving multiple cars at one time is very difficult.
Yeah, unless you use a lot of duct tape.
If anybody can do it, Red Green could do it.
Yeah,
my hero. Because if women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
I don't know where you get that. Okay.
Well, you know how it is. It's because I'm a man, but I can change if I have to.
I guess.
I bet Red Green listens to this show.
I bet he does. He seems like a geocaching kind of guy. Of course, he can build his own GPS.
Well, yeah, the duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And compass.
I believe he's from Canada, eh?
Yes, he is.
Land Monkey probably has some connection to him.
Isn't he related to everybody in Canada?
Well, they do everything different up there.
Oh.
You know who else listens to the show?
Who?
Stevens ad infinitum.
Really?
He does.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know that anybody listens to the show more than once. Okay, somebody does. And I'm not sure that we have more than one concurrent listener, because it seems like times there's only one of you out there, whoever you are. But Stevens ad infinitum has not only listened to the show more than once, he's also contributed to the show.
Yes,
he's called in at 253-693-TFTC, left us feedback at feedback@cachingandw.com, and you can too. And if you do, we are not above pandering to you. Just like we're not above pandering to Stevens ad infinitum. He sent us this news story, and by golly, I'm going to read it. He sent us a story about...
Just that news story. No, I came up with this one all on my own.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
However, I thought of him when I put it in there.
Okay, so he didn't send this, but this is right up his neck of the woods.
Exactly.
It's kind of outside the Northwest, but we'll accept him anyway.
It's right on the verge of the Northwest there. Yeah.
Montana, though, it kind of stretches from northwest to northeast almost.
Oh, man. It's really got a lot of sky.
Yeah. So... Okay, Stevens ad infinitum, my apologies. I misunderstood. You didn't send this story in, but by golly, I think you're going to appreciate it. This is a story about get outside Montana. And we're not saying to leave Montana and get outside.
I was going to say, that really sounds like get out of the state of Montana, doesn't it?
No, because I've done that.
I didn't play that in my head.
There might be a restraining order involved about me going back into... No, there's not. I'm kidding.
Are you allowed in the state of Montana?
I am.
Okay.
I am. As long as... Never mind. This is actually an organization. Get Outside Montana is addressing people in Montana to get outside and explore the great outdoors in the big sky country of Montana. And they got a lot of outdoors and a lot of big sky.
They got a lot.
They're going to hold their kickoff event on June 1st, so that's just around the corner, from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Audubon Conservation Education Center. Cannot say that quickly. It's a program that encourages children and their families to be more physically active and enjoy the many recreational opportunities in places like Billings, Red Lodge, and surrounding areas. Activities such as hiking, biking, swimming, camping, scavenger hunts, and geocaching. Hello.
There we go. There's the hook.
Yeah, it's great. Geocaching, outdoors. They get it,
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? There's prizes.
Oh, I love prizes.
A grand prize of 4 new bikes. So that's a multi-vehicle right there, caching.
Oh, yeah. There you go. They would need radios to communicate.
Absolutely. 4 new bikes from the Spoke Shop that will be given to the team with the most points. And all other prizes will be raffled off. Prizes to be raffled off include weekend raft, canoe, or kayak rental for the family with a trailer from Sunshine Sports.
Nice.
And a $250 GPS unit from Cabela's.
Hey, there we go.
To register And to really find out what this is all about, since I've mangled the description pretty badly, go to www.getoutsidemontana.com. And if you register before May 19th, you can get a free T-shirt.
That's just a couple of days away. So if you're listening live, you want to go register now.
Yeah.
By the time this hits the feed, it's going to be tight.
Might be too late, yeah.
Yeah.
All the more reason to catch us live. There
you go. Now, there will be a link in the show notes because, well, what's a show without show notes?
That's right.
So I think that's really cool. I like to see geocaching, represented in more outdoor activities. And there's a lot of agencies, not just state agencies, but a lot of children's agencies saying you got to get out and move, because kids want to sit and play video games. I'm going to throw out Flappy Birds because, well, what other video game is there?
Why not? They threw it out of the App Store, so you might as well throw it out.
Okay. I considered buying a brand new iPod, loading Flappy Birds on it, and selling it for $10,000. And, well, there goes my daughter's college fund.
Yeah. Well, never played it. Of course, I don't play Angry Birds either. So.
No birds at all, huh?
No.
You're foul free on your phone. You have something a foul free phone. Yes. Hey, I like that. So anyway, it's good to hear geocaching being tossed in with all these other outdoor activities.
Yeah.
Is that an airplane going by?
It is an airplane flying by.
Huh.
Because it's warm here, and well, I've got a window open.
Yes.
So my apologies.
No, not a problem. It just
I'm near
what exactly is that?
Near a flight path of a local Air Force base, and we support them, and we'll pause as they burn fuel over my home.
Oh, while he's pausing as fuel is being burned in the airspace above him, next week we are going to talk about managing your P's and Q's, and by that I mean pocket queries.
Oh, of course.
We're fast approaching the summer road trip and vacation caching season.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to get those pocket queries tuned in just right to get the areas you're looking for. Now, also next week, and a couple of weeks after that, I'm going to be on the road.
Ooh, road tripping.
With Daryl W4 as we head down to Geo Woodstock. And then I'm going to be with my parents and finally in a hotel on a business trip. So you're going to see not this stunning background behind me that I have lovingly crafted over the years. And
it really carries through on the audio podcast, by the way.
It really does, yeah. You can hear, the richness of items behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that. But luckily, you're going to have Wits End and Land Monkey in their quality podcasting studios for that level of audio crispness that you've become accustomed to on this podcast. So, a quick rundown of the next few shows.
Do tell.
Okay, episode 45. We're going to talk about pocket queries.
Mind your P's and Q's.
P's and Q's. Episode 46, we're going to do a quick Geo Woodstock recap.
I'm going to lean on you for that one.
Okay. I'll have been there.
Yeah.
And I'll be able to put the cap back on it.
That's right.
Episode 47 is business travel caching. Go on a business trip. What do you look for in caches? You have limited transportation, you have limited time, yet you want to add a state perhaps you've never been in before.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about the options in that, because if you're coming here to the Northwest, you've got to do some travel caching. There's just no other ways about it. So that's 3 great topics in the next 3 weeks that you can participate in. So why don't you tell them how they can send that feedback?
Well, I think I mentioned it a couple of times, but you know what? It never hurts to say it again.
Yeah.
Let's start backwards.
Okay.
They can do it by social media. Did you know that? Bad Cop, the Wits End, we're on social media.
That's right.
Caching NW is on social media. Social media exists to serve us and to serve you to get your feedback to us.
There you go.
You could also feedback at cachingnw.com. Give us a call, 253-693-TFTC. A myriad of ways. And carrier pigeon might even be a valid way to get feedback to us. I I think I'd like that. Try the carrier pigeon method.
You got to be careful in some areas. I think they'll shoot them
true.
down over anacortes.
Yeah, probably true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, forget the carrier pigeon.
Okay.
But do give us a call, email, comment, correction, question, anytime, day or night, using those methods. Feedback at cachingNW.com, 253-693-TFTC. What else can you tell us?
Well, you should visit Caching NW for show notes on this show or more about any of the other Caching in the Northwest podcast. Your support helps keep quality shows like this coming. So if you like it, please click the PayPal link on the website. The show is licensed under a Creative Commons Attributions 3.0 license. Copyright 2014 by Chris Umfenauer. Thank you all. Have a great night.
Yeah.